Hello everyone, Carl Keister here again with ClearSurf Financial Education. Wanted to bring a market update. We are November 2nd, one day before the presidential election tomorrow, and there is an awful lot at stake. So if you have not voted, get out there and vote. So in this video, I'm going to bring to you a couple things that I see happening and little historical facts that I'll throw in here also. So first of all, right now the polls are showing that Biden's got a 10-point lead, but I want to remind everybody out there too that 4 years ago, Clinton had a 75% projected win. Trump was only 25. Trump wins. It goes on to be one of the best rallies you've seen, which nobody really anticipated. So with that in mind, it looks like he's got a 10-point lead right now. I don't know if you can believe these polls or not, because there's an awful lot of conservative people out there that aren't really saying what their opinion or voicing their opinion how they're going to vote. So we need to watch two things. We need to watch the election, which is one thing everyone's focusing on, obviously, for a number of reasons. Will we have a clear-cut winner? I think that's what the market would like to see. Regardless of who it is, the market would like to see a clear-cut winner. We don't know what kind of civil unrest is going to come out of that, because right now it looks like half the country is going to be upset no matter who wins. So there's a problem there. And then if you look overseas, you can see that the COVID cases are starting to get to the point where governments are starting to shut down again. And COVID cases are picking up here as well. So I don't think we're going to be much further behind. So if you combine the election right now and the uncertainty of what's going to happen with COVID, and you saw today that the parent company of Friendly's just filed for bankruptcy, 132 stores are going to go through Chapter 11s, which means they're going to sell assets and try to reorganize. And then the AMC, movie theaters, is trying to raise $50 million too to stave off bankruptcy. So problem is, if we go into more lockdowns in this country, you're going to see more companies filing bankruptcy, which means more lost jobs, more people can't pay their rent and also their mortgage. So these things are all negatives for the market. I'm very surprised the market's hanging in as well as it is. But I do want to remind people, if you're a long-term investor, you can't try to time this, because no one knows the outcome of the election. I don't think it's going to be known on Tuesday. I think it's going to be similar to the hanging chad we had between Bush and Gore. If you remember, that was a Florida election, the hanging chad that went to the Supreme Court, and then Bush was chosen as the winner based on the hanging chad. So I think we could see something like that. Could see civil unrest. I think there's a lot that's going to spell, but the big thing is going to be not just the election, it's COVID. So with that combination of those two, the market does not like uncertainty. And so neither one of those two things are positive for the market, and that's why you're seeing it kind of stall. You saw a pullback here, 10% roughly in the last week, and I think it's just kind of pausing right now to try to get a sense of what's going on, but clearly nobody knows. No one knew years ago. All we do know for sure is if Trump pulls this out and they have Biden ahead by 10 points or 10% again, who's ever going to believe another poll again? I know I won't. I don't follow the polls now, because I think there's an awful lot of business owners and people out there that don't give their opinion because they can't alienate half of their clients. Just common sense. So anyway, I just do think you do need to stay focused on what the big picture. Don't focus on the next couple days this election cycle, or next couple cases of COVID, because that's not going to get any better anytime soon. They're already talking about shortages, so there's no way that there's going to be enough vaccines and antibodies for this thing to be wiped out this year. It's going to go into next year. Pretty certain of that. So for right now, you just got to stay focused. If you're a long-term investor, if you're a short-term investor and you need money shortly, you may want to get that money off the table, because who knows how this thing is going to play out. So anyway, until next time, we'll see you then.